Welcome back, my fellow duplicants. So yesterday we were able to set up this liquid oxygen system here, and as you can see we are fueling up both of our rockets right here. So what I'm trying to do here is to create a couple different rockets that are going to go out and actually pull back resources from the star map. So I have a couple of key areas that I want to go to. This one right here, which is nearby, this one is going to give me a lot of the fullerene and iso resin. So far that's been really useful. That way I can have a lot of supercoolant and a little bit of insulation as well for some future projects. Plus, diamond is super useful, so I need a lot of that. Now I can't pull an unlimited amount of resources from this place because I can't overdraw the planet, but there's a good 12 tons that I can go out and grab and bring back. So I'm going to load up some bigger rockets and try to get a good amount of this resource pulled back from space. The other location that I want to explore here is actually going to be the interstellar ice. Now the reason for that is wart seeds. That is one thing I do not have in my map, but it is one thing that I can farm that would be super useful for growing very, very large farms that produce a lot of food. Matter of fact, one of my ultimate goals here would be to potentially, at least one of the ideas, let's see if I can get back to the game. One of the ideas is to potentially turn this into a sleet wheat farm, which seems polar opposite of what it should be, right? I mean, this is obviously a very hot-ish biome right there, but you know, what if you could freeze it? That's one possible ultimate thing that I could do here at the end of this game. Can I cool the desert to the point of growing sleet wheat? Maybe. Maybe not. Wow, what happened over here? Oh no. Dupes, I thought you swept all of that up. But this right down here, okay, this is what I don't want to happen on a much larger scale with my rockets. So that actually ties in pretty good here. So what I'm actually doing here is deconstructing the background drywall because I had built it out of mafic rock. However, if you look at the melting temperature of mafic rock, it's 1,400 degrees Celsius. That's kind of low for our rockets. So if I'm trapping the gas inside of here for long enough to actually transfer enough thermal energy into the walls so that I can actually generate a good amount of power from these rockets, I want to make sure that the drywall is not going to melt. But as it turns out, there's a resource that I don't use too often here, and that is obsidian. So if I make the background out of obsidian, then it can sustain the high temperatures, and I should be able to harvest a lot of thermal energy from here. So mostly the stuff that's in the background behind these rockets here and the stuff that's doing the work is tungsten and obsidian, which is cool because we don't use that stuff too often, or at least I don't. Now the walls here, these are still mafic rock for now, unless they melt. And if they melt, it's not a big deal because I'm still protected. Randolph, dude, you're getting cooked here. What? Oh no, sorry, bud. There you go. You'll be fine. Got to start our day with a special dose of crispy dupe. Oh, so here's another thing that I was working on while I was actually going through your comments in the last video when I just posted. At this point, I'm just trying to keep the game running so that I keep making progress and also keep recording so I can keep making more videos. It takes a long time to make these episodes at this stage in the game. So what I've done here is created a place for the food to be shipped to. I was not too happy with this right down here. When I started to run the game at super speed, it seemed like every once in a while it was saying food is unrefrigerated. So I was starting to get nervous that my millions of calories of food could potentially spoil. So I created a food locker right up here. So right up in this area, you can see that it's unrefrigerated, but it's in a sterile environment. That sterile environment is full of hydrogen. Since that is the lightest stuff here, it's going to have a hard time venting oxygen out of there. So even though the dupes run through there like that, it's all good. And even if they were to have an accident here, let's say with go to the bathroom or something like that and polluted oxygen was to start venting off here, that's still going to be heavier than the hydrogen. So I'm trying to make this about as safe as I can make it. And as you can see, we have some extra fancy hydrogen over there. You know what? That looks like a nice volume for a couple of bedrooms right there. Or in my case, just barracks, because I don't really think we need bedrooms. So if I just use the copy tool, boom, just like that, copy ren. Oh yeah, that's just about perfect. 1, 2. Or if I were to bump it up, oh, hang on. Fail. Here we go. This time, third time's the charm. Here we go. You ready? Boom. And boom. Yeah, that is absolutely perfect. Nice. Except for the part where it's like full of hydrogen. Don't worry about that. We don't. There we go. Cool. And then we'll break open these tiles right there. I think a little hydrogen will find its way out and maybe go up here. That's all right. It just makes for an interesting ceiling scape or whatever. That would actually bring me up to a total of 20 duplicants. Nice. You can also see that I put temperature shift plates along the entire wall. Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of mafic rock. I'm gonna fire up one rocket. We'll kind of see just how hot things get. Maybe I'll leave those there. Maybe I won't. They are in contact with a wall that does have stuff that should be running through it. Although the conveyor rail seems to be majestically broken at the moment. That's because it's not a complete loop. That would explain it. Okay, so if we snip that, and that, and that, and then we take that, and we go like that, boom. That's a lot of hot stuff right there. Woo. Although imagine how much hotter it will be once this stuff starts to run. I think I might just need to re-enable sweep by type all. Okay, so let me take a look at my rocket layouts here. I have one that's going to go to 10,000. It will carry 2 cargo bays, 2 research/sightseeing things for a total about 450 kilograms of fuel, which is not that much. Matter of fact, if I only wanted to take 1 cargo bay and no modules, look at how little fuel that takes, 250. That's the beauty of liquid oxygen. If you go to Oxalite, it goes up quite a bit, especially if you want to take 2. Gross. Do I even need more research at this point? So I guess the real question here is, do you need to have extra research or sightseeing modules? Well, the thing is, no, you don't. However, it does make the rocket look bigger and more impressive, so there's that. And technically you can use the gantry in one position rather than having it in multiple positions. It's just not as efficient. We're talking 379 versus 538. You know what? If I wanted to get more obsidian, I know where I could find a lot of it. Yes, this right down here. You see all that? So this really is not hot enough to run these steam turbines anymore. However, there's a ton of it down there, which means I can dig that stuff up if I really wanted to. Okay, how did Oxalite end up down here? What? Things I'll never know. All right, so I think it's time to dig up all of this. So 1, 2, 3. This is gonna make for some crispy dupes. Okay, we'll uncap that, and then we'll start digging away. Cool thing here is I do have a volcano, so we could potentially just let that down here and do something cool with it. Oh, wait, are you still running? Barely. Bruh, you know, I should have more than enough power at this point. You can just, I'd rather have the obsidian. Please don't melt my base. Thank you. So if you're asking, why do I need to dig up more obsidian? Because you already have 19 tons of it. Well, let's just see how much I have after all of this. Bam, that's 13. And then if we do the same sort of thing right over here, maybe at a lower priority so that my dupes don't go too crazy with it. Boom, we're already down to what, 8 tons? 6? Make that 4. Okay, so this is cool. You see how we're maxed out on the amount of liquid that we have? So you can see there's lots and lots of kilograms inside of here, but as it's coming back, it's like, oh, we're only at negative 201 degrees, but every time it goes through here, it chills down just a little bit. So it stays nice and cool, so it doesn't ever burst inside the pipe. Oh, hey, look at this. So I have a full line of conveyor rail stuff that's currently not running. So since kind of emptying one spot doesn't actually work with rails for whatever reason, I'm just going to deconstruct one and then we'll rebuild it and that will work. Hey, we got ourselves a Bubbles Shredder. Welcome to the base and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. Ba-doo. I think that's going to be your little home right there, Shredder. Right next to the food. It's kind of a premium spot when you snap to. Boom. Schedule. All right, Shredder. Who has a free spot in their schedule? That's going to be the early birds. Sorry. That's the worst schedule. At least in my opinion. The morning. Critter starvation? You are surrounded by your food, critter. How are you starving? Dense puffed the 18th? And you're not... Maybe it's because you're dense. Or you think you're dense, but you're not dense. The naming convention here has really gotten weird, hasn't it? Ooh, look at that flow. That's weird. Obsidian wallpaper is the coolest stuff in the game. Okay, rail shipping stuff. Do you want to ship this time? Shippity ship. Tenrog, hey, Betty. How about you come on up there and you build that stuff? By the way, your skills need to be improved now, don't they? Because you got new stuff. You're gonna be a rancher, that's right. Go do ranching stuff. Poor Drandolph has all these skills, but I have to keep his expectations so low. Shredder loves to dig, so you're gonna be a digger. Bam. I guess the only thing we're missing now is databanks, huh? What do we just need? We got 277 of 800 as far as our research. Oh, wow, we are out of databanks. Alright, maybe we gotta do another research mission before I go and pull stuff back. Did I ever even tell you guys about the second? No, sorry, I'm very scattered brain tonight. Scattered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I only have 2 on top of that. I think I need 3 at least. And this has to go out to... Maybe let's go to 40, because there's still one research that I can do there. It's not like I really need that last one just yet. So let's double down on this big rocket. Boom, just like so. So that's 2 cargoes, 2 research, to 40,000. 1427. Yeah, that's the exact number I was going for. Ha. There we go. See, now the rail is shipping. See, okay, it's just... I still need to deconstruct one, or maybe I can empty it. It just doesn't seem to work every time I try that tool. Like, it doesn't work. You should be able to empty a conveyor rail, but I can't, for whatever reason. The point is, it is shipping around, so we should start to see the heat increase over here as I'm pulling thermal energy up from this hot stuff down here. There we go. So I got rid of 2 spots right there, and that made this operate much, much better. Ooh, okay, so now the temperature's starting to look really good here. So you can see that the 136.9, what are the temps like? 212 over there, everything's just kind of moving around. Conveyor rails are kind of hard to look at. But if I focus on just one spot here, right, we're at 146, that's the highest number I see. Given a little bit of time, that should go up. Yep, 149, so it is going up. So this should tick over on this side here to 150 degrees Celsius relatively soon, which means we're going to actually turn on a lot of these steam turbines. Matter of fact, I could lower that number down and turn them on a little bit sooner. But it's actually impressive to see that all of these are at like the same temperature, just about. Whoa! What happened there? Oh, I deconstructed a command capsule while a duplicant was inside of it. Poor Eric is falling. Hey, buddy. Sorry about that. Colony achievement, by the way. We're up to 20 dupes. Oh boy, clicked on that. Doo-doo! If we take a look at our liquid oxygen system here, this is exactly what I wanted to see. So as we produce more liquid oxygen, watch what happens here. This liquid fuel goes in, adds to the line, and boom, everything just keeps building up and up. So all the extra liquid oxygen just builds up right inside of here. So as long as you can feed this thing, you can produce 600 kilograms per cycle, which is actually quite a bit for these rockets, because these rockets take a long time to fly out and come back. So for just 2 rockets here, that should be plenty. But if I needed more, well, I could just build more, right? Or I could probably move this over and throw down 2 pumps and feed it with 2 different oxygen things. But I really haven't needed more than 1. Oh wait, I just realized I have 2. Sorry, my lovely dupe, I forgot that you were a Bubbles. Well, now you have a twin. A twin shredder. Ooh, see this guy? This guy's running. Little bit of power right there. Drandolph, you are officially idle, huh? I think we need to give you something to do, bud. There you go. Come down here and mop some stuff up. Maybe build a bottle emptier or something. Where you going, bud? Where you going, Drandolph? Drandolph. What? Okay. I didn't even tell you to go do this, but you just decided to do it all on your own. You and Shredder. Shredder's like, I'm gonna climb a mountain. There you go. Oh, that's right. I was revealing this area just to kind of see what was down here. As you can see, ooh, there's a lot of stuff. Aha! We have found the neural vacillator. And it is in a spot that is not incredibly hot. Ha! How about that? How about you go submit a bioscan to that door? We'll run through here, try to figure out this sequence, and see if we can fire up the neural vacillator. We'll even put some futuristic doors before it. Bam, just like that. It doesn't need to be out of steel. Don't be too ambitious, dupes. Here, make it out of copper. See, Randolph, now you have something to do. Is it just me, or do the slowest dupes always try to do the thing that's furthest away from where they from where they need to be? Like Shredder's like, hey, I'm going to go all the way down here. It'll take me 3 cycles, but it'll be all right. I'm actually surprised you actually made it all the way down there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. If we ship right over here, just like this, jump over, boom. And then if we take the rail, we can continue it using nice low temperature stuff right through here. And my dupes can reach it the entire time. It's almost like I planned it that way. I clearly didn't, but it's almost like I did. So what that means is that when this rocket comes back, it can ship all of its material right over here to the same spot where I'm bringing in all the rest of the stuff. Boom! The command capsule. All right, so now I have 1 complete rocket again. Okay, so this is cool. You can see the resources available from my destination that I've selected. That is about 12 tons of material, and my cargo bays have a total of 2-ton capacity, so that's pretty neat. Fuel tank required. I guess we have plenty of fuel. Right now I'm carrying a little bit too much liquid oxygen, but the Spirit of Liam I think is still ready to fly, so Eric is on board. Destination beyond reach. Okay, hang on. Can you guys empty some fuel? I actually don't know how to get liquid fuel out of an oxidizer tank. You can actually just unload the oxalite, but I don't know about the liquid tank. What if we snip that just for a moment? Nope. Okay, we'll just deconstruct it real quick. Or maybe not. Maybe I could just fix it by adding more fuel. It only needs 450. It'll burn it off. There we go. Now we got enough fuel. So next time this one will be 450 and we won't have this problem. So now we're going to see just how well this thing works, as far as how much heat we're going to get out of it. The doors are opening. Ooh, let's play this in slow motion. Okay, slow motion is normal speed. It's like midnight. The regolith is going to drop. The rocket is going to turn on. All my dupes are going to stand in the flame at the exact same time. Congrats. Way to be duplicants. Nicola was like, whoa, man, I gotta get out of here. My lovely dupe, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Ah! All right, temperatures. Hot, baby. Look at that, 2,000 degrees. Now, there is some places where it can vent. Right here, and right up there. And if we ever open up those doors, that works too. But inside of here should be a lot of heat. The temperature shift plates are doing the temperature shift plate thing. This right here, temperature is going up, the steam is going up. That is turning on. What about this one? Oh yeah, that steam is over 150. What are you doing? Here, let's copy the setting so at least it works. We'll copy this setting. Aha! See, now you're running. I knew you could do it. Boom! Just like that. All these steam turbines are running, and we're harvesting that thermal energy from the rocket. And if we take a closer look at the temperatures, that stuff didn't get too hot. I might be able to actually enclose the gantries here and kind of stop the gas from venting out. I think I still want it to vent out maybe at the top, but I think overall that's a pretty good little system there. Yeah, look at that. So the walls down here, what are they? They're 368 degrees Celsius. And right down here, this is 400 degrees. Yeah, that's going to generate some power for a good long time. Cool. And I think I'm definitely going to pursue the idea of closing that off. Okay, and from the looks of it, it doesn't look like I need to make the walls anything different than Maffic. Like, that seemed to be okay. It didn't get too hot. Although the stuff in the center is definitely, like, that got extra hot. So I think putting obsidian in the background there is a nice safe bet. Cycle 1500. New entry. I wonder if my rats ever made it onto the asteroid. I hope they're eating well. Interesting. Oh, I've been playing for a while. I think this is the highest cycle I've ever gone to. And to think most of this hasn't even happened in super speed. It's just been triple speed. Let's super speed it then. I did kind of make some preventative measures to kind of make sure that things don't explode. Plus, I can sweep it up, so it's not a big deal, right? Time for another duplicant. Ergonosum, welcome, and thank you for being a Patreon supporter. Increased science, decreased athletics. Perfect. You're going to be nice and slow. At least you don't have far to go to get to the cot. Ergonosum me. Kind of wraps around funny. That's kind of fitting with my second rocket name, which is the Spirit of Lurda, since it has to fly really far, and I think rockets are slow. And you know what? All I need to do is put a dupe in that thing and it's ready to go. Where are you? Con Agni. There you go, buddy. You're ready to go. All right, so I've enclosed this over here, so we should be able to trap more gas. And I don't have anything going on right here. I could potentially put a door there, but you see my dupes kind of use that to run through. I don't really want to trap a bunch of gas down here, but maybe it's a good plan. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Oh no! Oh no, there's 3 dupes down here! Ah! That was definitely not the Spirit of Lurda. Man, that thing flew fast. I guess that's what Lurda would be like if he gave her rocket boosters. Oh man! Ergonosum. Oh yeah! Now that's a fast dupe right there. Athletics, -10. You are officially as slow as you can get. Minus 100% run speed. Well, let me speed you up. There you go. How about super speed? Don't worry, you'll make it. Just keep believing that you can make it back in time for some food. It's funny that you're hungry, but you still have 3,000 calories. Man, those eggs are flying past you. Look at them go. That reminds me, what should your schedule be? I think you actually hop faster than you do anything else. Alright, you're going to be a night owl. Wonder if I should make a 4th schedule. We'll just call this one midday. There you go, midday schedule. That's going to be for you, Mr. New Guy. Now, Khan doesn't really, he's not part of the early bird because he's technically not even in that schedule. So Khan, you might as well just go down there. I can't even move you, can I? Because you're technically not even here. You're in space. I can't reassign your schedule when you're in space. Never mind, dude. So Thenrog and Nixon, I think you guys are going to move to midday. Nixon and Thenrog. And Randolph. There we go. So now everything's real split up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a rancher, a builder. This guy who's just never going to accomplish anything. But hey, you know what? You got to see me. That's awesome. What are you doing, bud? Being useless. Poor guy. But he really wants to be a supplier, so good thing you have goals, bud. You're gonna have to work for it, though. Oh, wait. The rocket came back and already left. Jeez, I didn't even see it, but look at all the power we're generating now. Fantastic. The only thing is I think I might want to put some more water in these because the steam down here is kind of low, so this thing turns on and off quite a bit. Plus, we should probably hook this up to a battery so that this stuff can automate on and off. Which I definitely did not connect to anything. Blah. Don't worry about it. You know, the amount of gas inside of here does remain high for a long time. It's rather impressive. See, you still have 3 kilograms down there at 300 degrees Celsius. And then as it's trying to escape, sure, it vents, but it vents kind of slowly compared to how much, room we have down there. And this right here, this is not, this is not drywall. So this is actually exposed to space here, and same with that. So every time you kind of open that, a little bit goes out, but it just gets sucked into space. Interesting. Cool. I like it. Poor kitty. When she goes idle, this is where she stands, in between 2 atmosuit checkpoints, slowly suffocating to death. And then she throws on a suit to go catch her breath. Oh. Her only hobby is flipping poop. But would you look at that fine dirt? It's freshly flipped. Oh, here's the rocket back. Boom. Look at that. Look at all of that. Oh. How are those temps? Buddy! Woo! 500 degrees Celsius. And then that liquid just flows right on in there. Not a big deal. Nearly up to 450, just like that. This thing doesn't hang around for long. Have we even shipped everything out? No, it's still taking a little while to ship everything out. That's the slowest process. Spirit of Liam is fast. Emptied cargo bay, there we go. We're emptying the second one. You can see all of these steam turbines are kicking on. You can also see the temperature inside of here. It's at 350 degrees Celsius. It actually goes down pretty quick. These walls are doing a decent job of absorbing that heat. You can see here, this is clicking on and off because we're at about 200 degrees Celsius. Oh, and there goes the rocket again. And yes, look at all of that. 6 kilograms of carbon dioxide, 400 degrees Celsius. How hot is this stuff down here? Made it up to about 700 degrees. So we're doing pretty good. I feel like if these walls were made of metal, work a little bit better. It's doing all right. I mean, we have a ton of carbon dioxide down here. It is hot. It's not too hot though. We can see the second one up here, that is increasing in temperature. It's up to 160 degrees Celsius. The one above it doesn't really run that much. It's kind of intermittent. Just the same thing with the one above that as well. So maybe zoning the loops is actually a good idea. Because as this conveyor rail moves from one spot to the next, it's kind of giving off its heat. So let's just take a look at the conveyor rail. Right down here, it's at 500 degrees Celsius. By the time it goes past the first set of doors, depending on if the door is open, it might be 300. If it's closed, we're talking about 240. By the time we go past the second door, which is closed, we're down to 180. So it might be in my best interest to actually take this, bring it back over here, and just make that one loop, and then have these two connected. So every 2 steam turbines, we create a new loop. And we can convert some of these tiles if we wanted to metal, if we wanted to increase the thermal conductivity a little bit. Tell you what, I have just enough time to do that, so let's go ahead and give it a try. And I should have just enough metal to do it as well. That's in the wrong spot. All right, so right there. Go past this one, go past that. Oh, I guess I was right. Go past that one, and then we'll go past this one. Okay, let's see if this works. Ha 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 ha! Isn't that fancy? Okay, let's just connect that just for a little bit. Okay, and then snip it. Now it's one complete loop. The one on the bottom has a gap. Oh well. Oh well. So now I'm going to make this kind of a steel heat sink right there, so hopefully it absorbs a little bit more heat. I mean, I would make this whole thing metal, but I'm not that rich. Alright, so when this rocket returns, we should be able to see how hot this stuff gets here and just how quickly we can kind of cool that down. What I want to see is these two run a little bit more, and I'm hoping to see both of these running near maximum, or at least this one near maximum. This should be the hottest steam turbine I have, because it's pulling from a source that's really, I mean, this thing here gets really hot. So that rocket will be back in just a 0.4 of a cycle. Alright, so here's the rocket, pretty soon. Come on now. Alright, so here's that rocket. Ooh. All of that heat, all of that carbon dioxide, and the most invulnerable chunk of sand I've ever seen. And just like that, liquid oxygen, it's filling right back up. Ooh, and we can see that this steam turbine is starting up, and that one's starting up. Very nice. It's way over 150 already. All right, let's just take a look at the chart real quick and see just how much. Oh, hang on, it's about to run again, isn't it? How much do we have at that destination? We still have 7.5 kilograms, tons. So I'm good to go. Whoosh! Power! So yeah, all 4 of those are running. That's pretty sweet. If we take a look at the reports, okay, let's take a look at this. The power generation last time we did 1,300 kilojoules of steam turbine power. 1,500 or just about 600 there. So yeah, it's a good source of power. And for the most part, that's the only steam turbine that's really running. This one does run a bit. Oh, I guess that one now runs a bit too because I I dug up all of that, so it's hot again. So I have steam turbines running everywhere, I guess. Alright, well, I'm not so sure that the metal tiles did a whole lot there as compared to the mafic rock tiles. I feel like that was kind of a waste, and maybe I should just go back to what I had before. However, one thing I can do here is if I wanted to expand this out, I could obtain more thermal energy from all of this stuff right up here. And that's kind of was the original plan, to kind of have all of these doors and everything, all of that runs through this top loop. And then this stuff down here runs through these two. So, I guess there's always room to tweak the system a little bit more. But for now, I think it's working pretty good. We're generating a good amount of power, and we're able to recapture that and use it inside of our base. Nice. And because of that, I'm able to drop the temperatures down. So this space base over here is starting to cool down. I'll also be able to run pieces of equipment like the molecular forge maybe a little bit easier, and do something maybe like liquid hydrogen, which would allow us to go even further into space, even though we can already kind of go really far. Maybe I need a third rocket. All right, so there we have it. Thermal energy from rockets. I like it. That was a fun project, and it's not done yet because I still have a whole nother rocket silo over here. But still have some other things that we can tap into down here that happen to be quite hot as well. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Thanks. Continue to stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.